2010, a little over 6 months ago, Google kind of changed the way that local searches are done, and now you need a local place with Google to be able to get to the top of the search results. And the reason that's important is because people aren't using yellow pages and offline products as much. 90% of people that are doing searches are doing searches online. And when they're searching for a local business, 90% of those people become paid customers or clients in about 2 weeks. Now, they may not be the paid client for the first person they go to their website, but for instance, if I just took the results here for eye doctor just to show you what the red pins look like if you haven't seen those before. But if someone's searching for an eye doctor, they probably are looking to make an appointment. If they're searching for something local, they're more than likely going to become a customer. Now, if they're just looking at trending topics like the NFL lockout or Lindsay Lohan or whatever, those things aren't really going to become paid customers. But someone that's doing a search for a local business, they are interested in the service or they are interested in some kind of a product. So again, I think it's important that for the people that are searching for you, 90% of them are doing that online. Now, in Google, the number one listing is going to get about 47% of the clicks. The number 2 listing is going to get about 16% of the clicks. And number 3 is going to get about 11% of the clicks. And I know even from my experience last week, we were on vacation and we were looking for a restaurant. We were looking for just some things to do, putt-putt, just some entertainment type of things. And all the stuff that we found was on had Google Places listings. So what I'd like to do is just kind of talk about why that's extremely important to your online business. And when you're looking at your website, you want 2 things. You want traffic, and then you want conversions. And so what I'm going to talk about today is a way that you can get more traffic. And then conversions would be things like call to action. As soon as they land on your site, they can see here's the phone number, is plain and simple, call for more information. Or click here to sign up for our email. We're going to give you 10 reasons why, 10 tips on picking an insurance agent. And if you'll give us your email, then we'll give you that PDF. So some call to action that's going to either get them to be a future client. If they go away from your site, then maybe you've captured their email address or you've told them you want them to call for more information. So the conversion part of it's important too. But the thing I want to emphasize is what I've learned is some local businesses look at brochures as their website is a brochure. It's really not a brochure. It should be something that creates customers for you without you having to do anything. It's not something you should just have to send people to all the time. It should be things that they find in Google and then are going to take action once they come to your site. So, for instance, if you could just get 100 visitors a month and you were number 1 for your local listing in Google, that'd be 47 people would click on your listing if they did 100 searches for that term a month. Like Indianapolis Eye Doctor, there's 1,900 searches for that. But for a smaller local business, I just picked 100. So if there was 100 people searching for your service and you were number 1, you could expect about 47 clicks from that. And then depending on how well your site was set up to convert, then you possibly, if you get a 25% conversion, then you're talking 47 clicks, 12 new customers a month, that'd be 144 for the year. So depending on the obviously, depending on the value of one client or one customer for you, spending time in that area I think would be a good investment depending on what your lifetime value of your clients are. So just kind of get into the meat and potatoes here a little bit. But that's a little bit about why it's really important, because people are searching and they're searching on Google, and Google has kind of made it easier for local businesses to appear at the top of the search engines. And there's just some of the stats that I just talked about, and those are on the handout, so I don't want to spend a lot of time on that. But how to do a Google Places listing is on your handout. And step number 1 says go to, let's get the web address there, google.com/places. And so there's the address, and then click Get Started, and you're going to see something like this. That's what the screen, can you see it back there? Okay, at least again, it's not super important, but I don't want you to think it's some process that you can't go through. You can go through this in about 15 to 30 minutes, depending on how comfortable you are, and a couple things that I'm going to get into. So you need to log in with a Google account. Now, if you don't have a Google account, you can just sign up for an email. So You could make the Google account your business at gmail.com, and then you have an account. And if you already have a Google account that's associated either personally or with your business, you can use that as well. So if you don't have a Google account, that's going to take a few more minutes to set it up, and it's instantaneous, and it'll get set up right away. So that's step number 2, is to log in. Number 3, so we're halfway done because it was 6 points. On the Google Places homepage, click Add the Business. So there's your setting up your Google account, your login, and then there's just a page like this, and it's going to ask you to add the business. Now, there's a couple things. You got to find your business. Google has already placed some businesses, so you may have a red pinhead that you're not even aware of, because Google has gone through and mapped some of these businesses already. So if your business is already there, you can search for it by phone number and it'll show up. But basically all it's going to have is the business name, some generic term for it. Like I looked at this restaurant and they have a Google Places listing, but it was just listed as a restaurant. So I'm going to talk about that in a few minutes, and things you can do to get it listed into different search terms. And there are tools you can use to find out how many searches. Like to find out that there was 1,900 searches for Indianapolis eye doctor. I went to the Google Searches keyword tool. It's free. And you can find out what are the searches terms that people are looking for. It may not be insurance agent. It may be accident insurance. It may be life insurance. Whatever the term is, you can find out what people are looking for and match those up to your services. So they're just going to pick something generic if you haven't claimed it already. But again, all you got to do is type in the phone number of your business and click on search, and if it's there, it'll pop up. If not, then you can click Add Business. So that's number 4 there on the Find Your Business tab. Again, it goes through specific. Obviously, I made this so you can take it with you and do this yourself, or have someone help you with it if you feel like it's more technologically comfortable than you are. So the next step then, once you've determined whether you need to add the new listing or you've got the listing already, then it's going to give you a page to fill out information about your business. And all this is on the same page. So again, it's just some fill in the box forms. If they've already created a listing for you, then they're maybe going to have your address, your phone number, obviously, if you found it by that search. If not, you can just go ahead and type that in. So the address is required. They're looking for physical, local businesses. So you do need to have an address for your business. Like for instance, I've got a couple of marketing sites, and a couple of you said you've got some things too. If it's not a physical, local business, then you can't list it in Google Places listings. So the address.
So you list them as your home address?
You can do that, yes, if you work out of your home
Be careful
office.
if you're single.
What's that?
I said be careful if you're single.
Yeah, but it's, I mean, anything that you would not feel uncomfortable putting on a website, if you put your address on your website, then feel free to put it on there as well. If you have a website, you can list the website, and people can click directly from your Google Places listing to your site to find out more information. And all I'm doing is going down the list, and the page, it's all on one page, so you don't have to keep clicking next and you go to the wrong page. You just scroll down, and all this information that I've got listed in step number 5 is on there for you to fill out. And then, like I said, the next step there is categories, and you can do research and see what people are searching for. So when I was doing this example here for this restaurant, that's what I did for these screenshots. And these screenshots help it all. Can you kind of see what it's going to look like? For them, they had breakfast, or they had restaurant, and I had a breakfast restaurant. And then you could add French restaurant, you could add whatever the specialty was. So anyway, you can kind of take a look at what people are searching for and how that fits into your business. And then the other things are optional, like hours of operation. If you want to put your hours of operation on there, they've got that. You can also select that you don't want to include those. Payment options, if you take Visa, PayPal, cashier's check, whatever the different things you take, you can list those. And again, that's optional as well. You don't have to put that on there. One of the most important things that you can do, though, is